calling you a radical, so I wanted to get the morning shot. My whole life, I've lived here 61 years. My house, my dad's house, my grandma's house, my great-grandma's house, my great-great-grandma's house. Little Soldier's house, wigwam, the Mega Dairy Welfare Queens. It's the Great Basin, drainage, the Great Salt Lake Flyway, the Northern Flyway. Now what day is it? Oh my God. You always wake up with a symphony. My entire life this time of year, the sounds of geese, Canadians moving. Come out here. Just thousands and thousands of every kind of duck you can think of. I like canvasbacks, I like redheads. The big northern mallards usually come later, but I mean, they're moving right now. Gadwalls. I mean, all of them. I'm getting like the scientists now on Fukushima. I'm bewildered. I'm stunned. I'm not baffled, but I am stunned. So I don't know if any of you watched me do my, what is the odds? Talk about the definition of a frustrated artist, and then we'll talk some salmon numbers. So I'm trying to do this painting, you know, hitting with my axe handle baseball bat. So tomato sauce can I bought at the store, discounted to use. I'm just hitting the shit out of it, nothing will come out of it. Now you think about the odds. Talk about the definition of a frustrated artist. Definition of fighting Fukushima. I finally, after about the 15, and I'm smacking it so hard, it's not tomato sauce. It's corn. What are the odds of that? I mean, that happens in a can maybe, I don't know how often, you tell me, but the odds, Kevin Blanch buys it, uses it to make painting. So I thought I was out of cans, but I got one more. So first off, let's talk the salmon counts. Tim Martin, the most famous steelhead salmon guide in Oregon, just called. The Umpqua has extended their emergency closure. 5 steelhead. You heard me right. 5 have made it to the hatchery. 5. Not dams. The Rogue has 1,100. What did the Rogue have in 2010? 38,000. They have 1,100. The Columbia, the run's over for the year pretty much. It's trickling in. They're 62, 63,000. What did they have in 2010? 826,000. The catastrophe that I said lowest in history, modern time histories, was last year, 77,000. They're 63,000. We can do math. So it's a catastrophe, and you're in denial. And then it's the smoking gun of Fukushima. You know, the fires in the trees. I can't believe everybody's in denial. I want to say this to all marine biologists, all scientists, anybody who's anybody. The most basic fundamentals of any science is, for every action, there's a reaction. Now, okay, you didn't believe me, Kevin Blanch, that these were meltdowns. The only person on Earth reporting this meltdowns the day it happened. Arnie Gundershield, in my sight. Oh, Kevin, these are hydrogen bombs. Controlled opposition, paid opposition. Okay, we know they're meltdowns now, right? It took 60 minutes, 3,012 days to tell you what Kevin Blanch told you in 1 hour. Leslie Stahl at the Lake Barrett on 60 Minutes. There are holes right there. Where are they? Well, the cores are right there in the Pacific Ocean. Well, this is like going to the moon. Way bigger now. Well, what is it? Don't know. Never happened before. The IAEA themselves, the biggest cheerleaders in history, at their conference this year, all these years later, pressed in their press conference on the Fukushima progress of the cleanup. This is the head of the IAEA, the guy who's orchestrating the cover-up. Well, let's get real. Let's admit it. We don't know where their cores are. We don't even know what they are. We don't think anybody on Earth knows. That's a direct quote from the IAEA head cleanup. For every action, there's a reaction. Never happened to Mayak, never happened to Chernobyl, never happened to 3 Mile Island, never happened to Santa Susana, never happened to Idaho National Lab, never happened to Chalk River, which Utah Construction built. Oh, it happened. Full-blown out. Einstein You're going to let this genie out of the bottle. Hell of a way to boil a plant. That's all these are, water boilers. And it's going to change everything forever. I remember when they built the reactors at FUKUSHIMA, at Diablo Canyon. Sending off for protesting my whole life. Who built reactors on the Ring of Fire? I wrote paper on paper at Weber State University that built these, Utah Construction, that the cores can only handle a shake of 7.8. The second I was in the Energy Solutions dump site protesting that day. When I saw this was at freaking 9, I'm like, these are meltdowns. The cores break open. You know, the pellets, Western Zirconium's right there. Karen Silkwood, me. The definition of a frustrated artist last night, huh? By the way, Tom Dempsey on Balco, Justin Tucker. See what I can do. What is the, I mean, you think about that. Tomato sauce, I buy it on the discount rack. Just pound the shit out of it. Finally I bust it open. I mean, how often does that happen? The mislabeling. I don't know, but Kevin Welch just happens to buy that one and use it for his painting. That's what fighting for Fukushima feels like. Alright. God. Yeah, in the morning. Come on. What's Ricky Anderson? First flip, right? Still don't like it. Just go with it. That's Ricky Anderson. Oh, morning hit, not too good. Bad pitch. Come on, Kev. Rod Carew it. Just get a single weight box. I haven't drank 100 freaking, what you call it, lights you drink. How's he alive? Drinking that, that's not good. That's Ted Williams. Nice. Look at that. I hope you can see it. Perfect. Nice, Ted. Where's his statue? Across the wide Missouri. God, look at that thing stick right on. Amazing. There's a little bit left in it. Too good, Ted. Where's the statue of him? I saw tragically that at Petco, down on Tony Gwynn Boulevard, that a woman and the child fell or jumped or was pushed and tragically killed at the Padres game. God, that's an ugly story. You know, where's the statue of Ted Williams? All right, let's Ernest Hemingway this. From 63 yards. Well, let's Hemingway it. My grandparents are from Texas. My grandmother was a Hemingway, not related to Hemingway. What's the Gene Potts? At that can. 66-yard field goal. What's the odds? Let's tee it up. 66 yards. Tom Dempsey on Balco. See if we can hit the crossbar. Let's see if we can hit the crossbar. Now that would be his feet, wouldn't it? Good! What's the odds? So the salmon numbers, I mean, yeah, honestly, 10 years fighting cancer, fighting the Fukushima disaster. Light the night, anybody would, I'd love for you to come. You know, I've adopted her. My grandson's little cute sister yesterday. She's got a little teeny bit of hair. I mean, look about that boy. So life dealt with deadly cancer. His little sister's in primary, children's, fighting acute cancer. Major epidemic in Utah. Nobody even talks about it. I do. I mean, when we start, it's Fukushima. Salmon numbers prove it. Again, 5 steelhead for the year. For the year in the import. 1,100 on the road from 28,000. This Chinook go to sea for 5 years. They've gone from 2.7 million to 430,000 in 5 years. That tide pulls at your feet, Edie. Well, big fish eat little fish. What did the Upper California purple urchin, the starfish, say to the 60,000-pound whale? I'm walking the coast of California dying 2015. I get to Half Moon Bay. It's a dead humpback dying. I'm right there as the sun's coming up. So I'm going to put my hands. God, I'm so spiritual. His eyeball's bigger than it dies. It's got blood coming out of its wound. Blood. I had a paint roller. I took some of its blood and I wrote, Fukushima killed me. So this woman comes, hey, you can't imagine. Radiation can't kill a 60,000 pound. I says, I never said it did. Starved to death. You broke the chain. You can't understand the eco chain. It's the ecology, stupid. I told her, what did this starfish, the Upper California purple urchin, say to the 60,000 pound humpback? Fukushima killed my food. The whale replies, we too. It's the ecology, stupid. Hello, you broke the chain. May the landslide bring you down. Tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Lay me down in the tall grass. Let me do my stuff in the great Freudian city. The greatest ecological catastrophe in human history. So in the morning, I mean, my whole life, I always love this time of year. You just wake up, it's a symphony. It's a symphony. It's so beautiful. I'm blown away. Not a bird. Not one Canadian. Of course, it's 90 degrees. I can hear a couple songbirds. Probably starlings. They're not native. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's a starling. Not one duck. That's it, right here. I mean, by the tens of thousands. Anybody that grew up here will verify this. All 10 of us. Me and Lauren Scott, Lauren Bambro, she grew up right down the road. Mick Jagger's girlfriend, not. Tell me lies, Jim. But no one seems to care. God, what a nice shot that was. And God, what a tragic couple stories we've had in Utah. Number 22. That's my favorite number. Was when I was a kid. You know, the young man from the University of Utah who was killed in the gun from Texas. His high school teammate adopted his number 22. And he was murdered in Sugar House at a party last night. And he was wearing 22. Unbelievable, right? Very sad. I always loved that number. Rashid wears it. Bob Hayes was always my favorite player. And they called him the Bullet. Wow. Wow. What a time we live in. So, when we were young, the number one killer of young people was always automobiles. Then, it became gunshots. Yeah, for real. You know what it is now? Nothing's even close. cancer. What a freaking frustrating fight. Tomato sauce. Just pounded the shit out of it. I Eddie Murray'd it. I freaking Ricky Henderson did. Ted Williams did. Wade Boggs did. I Rod Carew'd it. I mean, just boom, boom, boom. Nada. I Lou Brocked it. Wow. I even Ty Cobbed it. Boy, it was a Ty Cobb, wasn't it? Think what they did to his legacy. One guy made a movie that was all about lies. What they do, not me. I'm going to record history properly. They're not going to do it to the Fukushima disaster. I want my grandkids to know, to understand. D. Smith's from here. Both of them. You can go along with the winning team. Truth matters to me. Reality matters. That can't go in the Hall of Fame. Alright, Hemingway. See if you can hit the crossbar from 66 yards. A little short. Oh, there's a flag. There's a flag. It's Monday night or Sunday. By the way, if you're a gambler, why aren't you just betting the underdog on every Monday or Sunday night game? You think, oh, there's some birds. There's some birds. What are they? They geese or ducks? How do we have a sighting? It's the first flock I've seen move in years. Glad we kept it going. They're not extinct. Just close to it. I think those are egrets still hanging around. God, this late in the summer. Those are egrets, aren't they? They're not geese. They're not ducks. Yeah, they're egrets. This time of year, well, it was 90 degrees yesterday, so they haven't moved yet. They're in Mexico for this time of year. All right, Tom Dempsey on Balco. God, dumbass, you're punting. You're supposed to be field goal kicking. Oh, I thought I was Jim Thorpe. I always go back to Jim Thorpe, the greatest athlete that ever lived. Look what they did to him. 50 years old, halftime at the Rams game. He drop kicked, I think, 6 from 50-yard line. And I think he was something like 60-something years old. I think he hit 5 of the 6. All right. Come on, Justin. Oh, it comes so close to hit the cross. Stand tuned.